Well, guys, we're approaching the old Shelby Hotel. Back in the 1890s and early 1900s, I think the name of it was the Dunmore Hotel. But back in the mid to late 1800s, people would come here and stay and go right up the road through the daytime and go to the healing springs of Shelby Springs. A lot of visitors came here. Like I just not told you earlier, Theodore Roosevelt, Al Capone, Jesse James, several presidents, vice presidents, governors, just the whole works, would come here because we had just top of the line stuff in Alabama. Here in the little town of Shelby, we had running water, indoor plumbing. We had the springs, of course, and it was just the place to be. There was always something going on right here. People would have been partying right over in this area right there. They would have been just having parties and having a good old time. But I wanted to come and show y'all what's left of the hotel, and I'll include some pictures right after this of the hotel back in its heyday. But this is what's left. We had some people come in, some kids on four-wheelers, from the best of my understanding, and they decided they was going to make some fires in the fireplaces. Is what I believe. It was a cold night, so I believe that's what happened, and this is the result. Well, guys, this is the aftermath of that interaction with the kids. There's a road right behind me, and I apologize ahead of time. But this is what's left of the hotel. During the mid to late 1800s, this would have been swamped with hundreds of people going about their day, having a good time. The workers would have been working to keep everybody happy. They had a wonderful meal every night for all their guests. It was a beautiful, beautiful place, and I'll include some pictures of that. Also, like I said a moment ago, the hotel was the first place with indoor plumbing and running water. It was just electricity. It was a state of the art hotel during the time, and people loved it. A lot of famous people came here. We'll walk over and take a look at the spring where they fed the hotel with water. Well, guys, that's what's left of the spring that fed the hotel with water. If you notice right here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a set of steps lead down to there, and I've never detected that. I need to detect right there and on the other side of that little walkway there, on down where the water would have flowed. But that's the supply to the hotel with water, and I'm assuming that this must have been their waste. They did have indoor plumbing, so I'm wondering if that was the waste coming out from the bathrooms. I'm not sure about that one, but that would have had a whole lot more pressure back in the day than it does now. The pump house right over there, and I'll show it to you in a minute. It probably was in full vigor back in the 1850s, 1860s, 70s, 80s, etc. But yeah, that'd be a good place to metal detect. I have to check that out. A little creek, it'll be a nasty joker. Might have to do that before it gets too cold. Make sure it don't run up on any unwanted guest. But yeah, a little set of stairs. I guess they would come right there, and they probably had some kind of water accessibility right there as well. But let's check out the pump house. Well guys, here's the pump house. Very cool. And right there is a little spring. Once again, what needs to be detected. I don't know how the Historical Society, they own this part of the property, would think about. I don't know what they would think about me being in there in my skivvies. But hey, I'm not going to not find a coin over foolish pride either. I'll ask. But very cool little spot. I've been meaning to ask if I could purchase fish and put in there. Just haven't done it yet. I think that would be beautiful with some koi in there. But alright, let's keep looking around and see what else we see around here. Well guys, we're coming up on the chemical plant, or what we here in our little town call the chemical plant. And I'm assuming that it was a chemical process in making the metal, and this is where that happened at. We'll go over and take a better look at it. Alright, so here we are. We're over at the chemical plant. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it was burned during the siege of Shelby, but I'm not 100% sure about that. And I'm assuming it was. There wasn't much around here that wouldn't burn during the Civil War. But I thought we would walk through and just take a small look and explore. I know there's some holes in the ground right there. I'm trying to remember where they're all at. I hadn't been in here since I was a kid. Really, I mean, I've came by once or twice. But I'm assuming it had it was some kind of chemical process they used during making the metal. I don't know. We've just always called it the old chemical plant here. If any of the locals are watching and y'all know more about this, hey, please leave it in the comment section. And if you made it this far, if you would, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you would help me with that, I sure would appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that like bell, that thumbs up if you would. Really helps the channel. It's grown a lot in the last year. And I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. Thank y'all for all the support that y'all give me and my channel. Now this area would have been industrial buildings all down through there. Would all been industrial blast furnaces. It was all blast furnaces right over, I'm sorry, right over to the left side here. And we'll walk down and take a look at some of that as well. But a very beautiful spot. People ask all the time, do I ever detect this? And I really don't. There's so much iron in the ground. You would have to turn your iron up, and anything under it would be masked. I've tried to hit it a couple of times for an hour or so here or there, and my detector's just going crazy. But here's some of the coal storage. What's been excavated, this all was underground, and they kind of dug down. I'm not sure how much of it was underground or if the whole thing was underground, but I know they had to do some digging here. But very cool, and we'll walk in on the inside of it. Maybe we'll make it out without it caving in. But unfortunately, we have some crazies who likes to come and paint stuff. I guess in 100 years that'd be cool to somebody. So what does that say on there? Secrets. Secrets. Well, that's nuts. But I won't make much out of that, seeing how it's done with a spray paint can. So I'm secretly spray painting on the inside of a coal storage. But look how these bricks are down on the ground right here, turned up on their edge, made for optimal strength, I guess. That's the only reason I could think of anyone turning them edgeways instead of flat. It would take so much more time to do the job, to lay these bricks, turn them on their edge. And even at an angle right here where they meet, they cut all these. So very cool. Clearly needs to be preserved. And that is one of the furnaces. And they would have been heaving coal right out of there, right into there. And you know, I just wonder what kind of bottles and stuff you might be able to find if you dug down into that. You know, workers over here, and they get through with a soda, whatever, and they ha, let's watch a bottle melt. I'm sure they would be melted or whatever, but I just wonder what's in that. And these pipes right here looks like a giant double barrel shotgun. But I'm assuming that those are for circulating either, water, I'm sure, to cool stuff down. Like for a boiler room or something. These big metal, I don't know if that's metal or Ford. There's something right there. Shelby. S-H-E-L-B. Wow, Shelby. I would love to have that, but there's no moving that. Let me see where it says Shelby. It's Shelby. That's kind of cool. They got the small ingots of pig iron. I've been after one of those metal detecting. The small ingots has Shelby on it as well. I've seen a few of them. I must have one. I'll dig one day. Y'all know about it. Another one of those smokestacks, I'm sure. If you look right there, you can see the smokestack, and I'll try to get you a little closer. There's a smokestack. Maybe it's not too pixelated. There's a car running my video. It happens. Cool. Yeah, but all that right there would have all been wide open, 7 days a week. Not sure what that little round area is right there. So it's the back side of a circle room. I don't know. Not sure what that is. But all right, we'll meet back up over here. We'll look at some more stuff or end it or whatever. All right, guys. Well, we're back across the road and we're coming up on the old sawmill they've got set up here. Very cool. They come out here a couple times a year and they demonstrate how the sawmill works. They cut a few boards for the community and the kids to see how the process worked. It's a very neat process. Here's the old steam engine. Very cool. Very cool. Very dangerous. Very cool. And this is how they power the blade now. A little more modern. The stuff was just so much more ornate back in the old days when they made something. They was proud of it. It was built to last. Something you could be proud of, your work. This machine probably went through a dad, a son, and a grandson at least before retiring. Very dangerous machine. But built this country. Whoops, wrong way. I apologize. They would throw the lumber or the rough tree right here, square it up with the blades through the thickness, and let her rip. And I'll show y'all. I bet a bunch of people find these and don't know what they are. The chains. This is a very old chain, or a chain made like the old ones. You find these little shells, you'll find these sometimes, metal detecting, and you'll think, oh, is that a belt buckle or some kind of buckle? No, it's a chain. They come in all sizes. Very cool. I bet I found 500 of those before I figured out what they were. But that is the sawmill. We'll walk over here and check out the blacksmith shop they've got set up. I'm thinking that might be a power hammer right there. I'm not sure. Pretty sure that's what it is. They got a sign out. We're about to find out. Lived here for 40 years. A drop hammer, yep. This steam-powered hammer was used for shaping iron. But this is the blacksmith shop they got set up. They meet, if you live in this area and you want to learn a little bit about blacksmithing, I think they meet the first Saturday of every month. And they'll have little demonstrations. They'll make cool stuff. Here's a few of the tables. That's a pretty old one. Let's check his little hangers out. Very cool. Stuff like that. If I was a blacksmith, I dabble, but I don't have all the stuff to do it. I would be making stuff like that and burying it in the ground for the future. A little table. Very nice. That's a nice little setup. I might need to look into buying something like that. Very cool. Some spikes. Probably dug from around here or found around here. We're coming up on the area where the sorghum syrup would have been made. If you've never smelt sorghum syrup making, then you're missing out on a very important piece of life. Man, it's wonderful. It smells great. But to make sorghum syrup, you want to use the pine knots, the kindling, the very base of a pine tree after it's died and aged for years. I'm sure most of y'all know about kindling, but it's very flammable and it gets very hot, and you have to have a hot fire to make sorghum out of sugar cane, which is squeezed fresh from right there or right there. We'll take a look at these. Once again, see that chain? Let's see, and the sun is not working with me, but it says always keep bottom boxes filled with oil. Feed crane, large, something foremost. Keep the bottom boxes with oil. Set feed roll 1/8 of an inch. Discharge roll 1/16 iron from large roll. So yeah, that baby turns from that motor and turns this squeezer. Chattanooga Company. I'm trying to see what it says on the other side. Plow Company. Chattanooga Plow Company. That baby's got some age to it. And then we also got this press. It's also from the Chattanooga Plow Company. It's an oldie. I would bet early 1900, 1910. And we have this small one as well, which is also an antique, belt driven. Also from the Chattanooga Plow Company. Hope y'all can see this. When I was a kid, when they first started doing these, they had a mule going round and round on a animal driven press. Old baler. That's pretty cool. Man, look at those stacked stone up there. That's the earliest part of that wall. The little stream that runs through there is kind of stagnant now, but when it's flowing, it's very pretty, very peaceful, nice just to come out here and walk around. Let's check out the Confederate monument. This is the Confederate monument here. These names on this left wall right here and the right side are people from this town that went into the fought in the Civil War. Some came home, some didn't. I am kin to everyone from here down to here. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think 18. I am kin to some Burnett's. That was my great-great-great-grandmother's maiden name, but 18, 19 of my family members fought here. But a very cool piece of history right there. My direct descendant, which y'all can see, that's you'll see the picture of the man with the beard on a lot of my stuff. Eastham T. Brazier. That was my grandmother's granddad. Company E, 10th Alabama Infantry. Sorry about the shoddy camera work on that. But that's what I wanted to show y'all. And I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, if you would, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless, happy hunting, and I'll see you on the next hole.